What is good, people? Dave here. The Clippers, they finally got a W. That's right, the LA Clippers are back on the winning list, thanks to James Harden doing it again. And a franchise record, if you don't mind. 55 points, the most ever by a Clipper. And CP3, our boy, Chris Paul, finally calling it quits after this season. One more go around with the Clippers, if you don't mind. It does feel good to see him finishing up his career in a Clippers uniform, even if he is pretty washed. But he did look like he had some more energy in the tank against Orlando. Bit friskier, moving a bit quicker, I felt. And he looked pretty good against the Hornets too, I thought. His offense is not there anymore. He just, that elbow shot that he would hit money for his whole career doesn't seem to be there anymore. His assists seem to be just a little bit later, or just not getting players right into the spots they used to. But hey, he's been serviceable off the bench this last couple of games, so I will take it. Against the Magic, no Pablo. I thought we were in for a shot. The Magic are still pretty tough though. Harden had to put the cape on again, having 24 points in the first half alone. He couldn't keep doing it. But there was a lot of good things to like about that Orlando game. Needlehauser. I don't know if that's exactly how you pronounce his name, but Needlehauser is how I've been saying it. And I've been asking for just a 4-minute burst at some point during the game to see what he's got. And we got that. Ty Lue put him out there with 4 minutes to go in the third quarter against the Magic. And I thought he looked unreal. He played the last 4 minutes of that quarter and maybe the first 2 minutes of the final quarter. Perfect. Can we please see him more in those kind of minutes with Harden, getting him into some great positions? And if you saw a couple of plays with a couple of buckets, they were exciting. At one point, he had a pick and roll with Harden at the top of the key. Woo, straight to the basket, no hesitation, floater over the top, banked it in, money. Then there was another one where he had another pick and roll he was trying to do with Harden at the top. The defender deflected it, went to the backcourt, he chased it down, and then what do you know? He does his best Giannis impression, where he was dribbling it down the court, and there was a shot clock was running out, so he had to make a play, confident, straight, basically from three-quarter court, a couple of the dribbles, and got another crazy-looking floater off the backboard to drop. Confidence, he has skill. Ty Lue, can you please keep squeezing him in there? I think he could be the next Zubats for the Clippers. You know, don't want to get ahead of myself, but in a couple of years' time, when we might be forced to trade Zoo just to do the right thing by Zoo, because if it's a disaster and we just need to get some picks with whatever assets we have left in 2027, you never know, we might need to trade Zoo. So get Needlehauser going. I think this guy could be a star. And Bogey, DNP, against the Charlotte Hornets. That's right, finally a DNP. I don't mean to be such a Bogey hater, but the ball was moving so much better with Cam Christie in the lineup. Instead, it was swinging. It just sticks with Bogey. He's so desperate to find his shot, so desperate to get it going. And I think the Clippers are desperate to raise his stocks because they would love to trade him before the deadline, but it's just not happening. So it's just time to give it a rest. With Cam Christie out there and Kobe Sanders, the ball's just moving so much nicer. As well as the 55-point franchise scoring effort for Harden, we also got up 15 wins in Charlotte against the Hornets, which is now the most of any other team. That's right. The Clippers dominate at least one team in the league still. Sorry, Charlotte, but we are now the leading winners in a row. 15 in a row in your building. That's right. Scary James Harden, the beard man, coming with 55 points. Kawhi Leonard coming back against the Cavs, apparently. Is that going to throw out the rotation? Are we still going to find minutes for Sanders? I would still like to see him starting, maybe in the place of Dunn. But we know we need Dunn's defense, and we also need him to help bring the ball up with Harden. But Sanders seems like he's handling the ball okay. He's also 6'9" and can shoot. Should Sanders start instead of Dunn? Maybe. I think we still need to get Cam Christie going off the bench. I want him to continue to get minutes. Maybe we just need to get the Kawhi thing going until February. Build up some trade value. Just any sort of value, even though a team in their right mind is not going to give up decent assets for him. We are not in the second apron, so I know our flexibility to trade is a bit easier. We might not have to bring in the exact money going out, but can we get rid of him? Can we get rid of Bogey before the trade? Could we get anything back? Even if we get just one decent first round pick for a firing Kawhi when we're selling high in January. That could work out. If that's the case, I'll be all for Kawhi returning. But in the meantime, it's going to suck. It's going to be the same old. He's going to look great for a couple of games. He's going to roll his ankle, and then we're not going to know whether he's done his knee or not. I'm just bracing for it. We've got an action-packed schedule coming up. We have the Cavs game, then a day off. Then we've got to go back to LA and play the Lakers. A couple of in-season tournament games. So I think we're actually doing all right in that. As in, I don't think we've lost an in-season tournament game yet. So maybe we could beat the Lakers, hey? Have something to cheer for, and Adam Silver could be happy that, yeah, look, little teams that never won anything like the Clippers, maybe they can get excited. Maybe their fans can get excited by this NBA Cup. That's the grand plan, isn't it? Well, not excited about it yet, but who knows? Maybe I will when it comes to beating Luka and the Lakers. Anyway, action-packed few games coming up. Will they? Won't they? Will Harden stay on his tear? One thing we know is Harden will keep playing. DJ, apparently he's coming along well from that knee. He's walking well, but still got to give him that 5-week timeline before he's reassessed because it's a sprained MCL. So he can move straight down the line, but it's going to be that lateral movement that we've got to worry about. So give him plenty of time off. Get Kawhi back enough just to help out James on the scoring. You know, at least not fall all the way out of the play-in conversation for the season. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Let's see how it goes. If you've watched this whole video, thank you very much. You're a legend. Chuck me a sub if you'd like to see more videos in future, and I will see you there. Peace.